Hey lovely people, this is Sabin. This is my first tinfoil video which I'm labeling as a flare. I'm just playing on the channel's theme on how to distinguish my short musings or speculations that I want to exclusively cover from the more expansive tinfoil theories I have planned. So, flares, fire, you got it. In this video, I'll be shedding some light on the blights and their paths. It was on a complete whim that I wanted to create a blight map to see if there was any rhyme or reason to where darkspawns emerged from. I began digging through the Dragon Age wiki and checked with my friends on Discord to make sure I have all the information I needed to chart the blights. My friend Kaz painted this amazing map of Thedas that she generously allowed me to use, so check out her page from the link on the description. Without further ado, let's start pinpointing the first blight. So the first blight began on -395 Ancient when a legion of darkspawn poured from the north and the east of the Imperium. The Imperium covers a vast area. There's no indication that Merathis, Verentium, or Marnus Pel got sacked by darkspawn, so my best guess of where the darkspawn might have came out of was from the furthest north near the Eye of Nosine and east of Selene. Archdemon Dumat, also known as the Old God of Silence, had to be killed twice because no one knew the first time around what that secret sauce was. Soldiers who renounced their oaths to the Imperium became the Grey Wardens and took to the ritual of drinking darkspawn blood when they realized that the Archdemon's essence could jump into another tainted creature. With a lot of help, the Grey Wardens finally defeated Dumat on the hills of Silent Plains. The second blight began in 150 Divine, with darkspawns coming from the Anderfels mountain to devastate the towns of Hosberg and Norbotten. The archdemon Zazikel, once the old god of chaos, led the horde. Zazikel was slain at Starkhaven in the Free Marches. The third blight began when swarms of darkspawns engulfed the cities of Marnus Pel and Verenium again, as well as Arlisans and Matzamard in 310 Towers. The number of darkspawns was larger than before, but the Grey Wardens was ready for the onslaught. The darkspawn horde with Toth, the old god of fire turned archdemon, was slain at Hunterfell near Navarra. This event was considered the shortest compared to the previous blights. Around 512 Exalted, the fourth blight began in Antiva. Marnus Pel and Hosberg again were attacked, but the bulk of the horde gathered at Aisli, led by the archdemon Andoral, the old god of slaves. Andoral got taken down by the famously charismatic and elven Grey Warden Garahel. A little over 400 years later in 930 Dragon, the architect, who was once the high priest of the old god of beauty Urthemiel but became a blighted magister, found the slumbering dragon and wanted to remove the calling from it. However, the architect accidentally woke the guy up and tainted him in the process, causing the fifth blight. Darkspawns rose from the Kakari Wild in waves. Everyone, including the king and Duncan, were slaughtered, except for Alistair and our warden. After months of gathering an army with Grey Warden's treaties, they took the fight to Urthemiel at Denerim, where the archdemon died at the top of Fort Draken. A major spoiler ahead. If your Grey Warden character agrees to do the dark ritual with Morrigan, or with enough cunning and friendship points to persuade Alistair or Logain into doing the ritual, Urthemiel's essence will jump into the unborn child inside Morrigan and cleansing it from the taint. Now that all the locations are marked, I noticed that darkspawns tend to tunnel out near a body of water, but when it came down to charting the paths, I didn't know where to start. That would have taken me a long time and a lot of combinations, and then I thought of the constellations. Since Tevinter assigned each old god with a constellation, I eyeballed which would create a path between the markers. Judex and Kios had the least amount of lines that I thought I could give it a try. According to the Codex, the Constellation Judex is depicted as a downward sword and is oft called the Sword of Mercy in common parlance, even though the image was assigned to these stars long before Andraste's time. Judex referred to the concept of justice in ancient Tevinter, and the downturned aspect of the sword indicated a guilty verdict, which in those times generally translated to execution. So Judex didn't cover all the marks, but still pretty damn cool to see the correlation. So the next constellation I tried was Kios. According to the Codex, Kios is referred to as chaos in common parlance. These stars have often been depicted as ill omens. Thus, in the Towers Age, a movement with the Chantry sought to change the constellation to represent a dove. It didn't gain traction, however. So Kios didn't cover all the marks either, but putting Kios and Judex together? Yeah, how freaking funny that is. I don't know if Bioware did this intentionally, but that implies chaotic justice. For whom? The forbidden ones? The trapped in the fade ones? For Mythal? I don't know. But this was a hunch that kind of worked. The next thing I thought of is if the intersections between the paths would create another point of interest. Okay, a Bermuda Triangle. If this implies that there might be some significance in this area, I would be totally stoked. The archdemon Dumat was killed on Silent Plains. He was the first of the old gods and the most powerful. Did his death leave something behind? Are there hidden thegs beneath Silent Plains? Will we meet another tainted darkspawn like Corythius and the Architect? Will we find more brown pools that mix monsters? Or do those cities closest to the triangle possess some ancient secret? We have a lot of questions that won't have answers for. So please, Bioware, make a truth-sayer out of me that we may find a cool artifact or something useful within that triangular area on my map. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Please visit or subscribe to my channel for more videos.